Good morning, welcome back to my channel. It is that very calm part of the morning where Mo has just taken Nalia to preschool. This is the time where it's really quiet and I can just gather my thoughts for the day. I'm gonna do a little workout in a bit and get the day started. Yeah, I want to first say a huge thank you for all the love and the sweet messages and just the beautiful comments on my last video announcing our pregnancy for baby number 2. We're so excited and it's so nice to just have it out in the open. Yeah, I'm just so grateful to be here right now and to be able to share the news and just being pregnant again. It's one of my favorite things. Thankfully, I had a really great pregnancy with my first, with Nalia, and I'm hoping and praying for the same great experience this time around. Of course, it's a lot like experiencing your body changing, and sometimes you have little like aches and pains, but I just think it's the coolest thing in the world. Like I've always been in such awe of pregnancy, even obviously before I was pregnant, just my whole life. It was something that I was always just so excited to experience and to feel and to just go through myself. And now that I get to do it another time, it just feels like the biggest blessing. So yeah, it's also very special for me to share it with you guys and to finally be able to talk about it. It's just so fun connecting with you guys on so many different topics in life and different experiences of life. So yeah, cheers to this next chapter together. I'm gonna do a Pilates session right now. This is my outfit. I love a little set like this. This has a built-in bra. I love the thin straps and it just goes with everything. I got this on Amazon. And then I also love these shorts. These are from Oysho. They're one of my favorite like at-home little workout shorts. They're very similar to the Lululemon Aligns. Also on Amazon, they have a very similar pair as well that I will have linked. I'm still wearing my same size. This is in a small. They are very stretchy. The fabric is really, really nice. So they do still fit, but I think in a few weeks I'll have to size up because the belly is popping so much sooner this time around. I'm currently 17 weeks, almost 18 weeks. And baby is the size of a pomegranate, I believe. Pomegranate / pear. It's around 20 centimeters if you were to like stretch it out. So yeah, it is happening so fast this time around. I'm gonna pop on these little ankle weights. These are 1 pound weights, so they're not very heavy, but I do like to add just that little bit of challenge. You guys know I am a huge fan of strength training. I have shared a little bit about it before on my channel, but I think it's incredible for building strength, toning your body, and just really setting yourself up to age well, because it's so important to have muscle on our body, not just for, you know, like strength, picking things up, but also just for back support, for core support, for bone density, for your insulin sensitivity. There are just so many benefits of having muscle and feeling really toned and strong and lean in your body. With that said though, I also love Pilates. I think it's just the best combination to integrate both in your routine. And for Pilates, I feel like it's those little itty bitty muscles, and especially a lot of your core, really important for posture and for flexibility and all of that. And today I am craving a good stretching and lengthening session, and I really like the MWH app. I've been subscribed to her app for years, and she does also have a really great prenatal series, but there are also so many amazing videos on YouTube for free. But I will have her app linked for you down below if you are interested. And I'm gonna go to the pre and postnatal section. I also did this in my first pregnancy, so I do really love to engage my core, but not, you know, through crunches and all of that, because that is not at all like good and healthy for your body, for the baby. But it is really important to get those transverse abdominals. I love getting on all fours and doing these deep belly breaths, which I'm going to do today as well. Allowing your belly to drop and expand, and then really tightening everything up as you exhale. It feels so good, and I love still being able to engage those muscles. I feel like exercises like that really helped with my last pregnancy with like back strength, and also just during labor, because you are using those muscles to push the baby out. And generally it's nice to feel really strong and just flexible and healthy throughout your pregnancy. So that's something that I also really want to focus on this time around. So let's see which one we are gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna do this 22-minute flow right here. That was so good. Also, just to really stretch and lengthen felt amazing. So I'm gonna make myself a smoothie right now. This is some oat milk. So I want to share something that I find kind of funny. So for those who have been with me since my first pregnancy with Nalia, this is some washed spinach. You might find the timing familiar compared to the first one. I also announced my first pregnancy around the same time. So I had actually always dreamed of having like a 2.5 year age gap. I have a brother who is 2.5 years younger than me, and I love that age. I remember playing so much with my brother. Of course, we fought like crazy as well. And now that he's older as well, we have a really great relationship. And yeah, I just had always had this idea of like a 2.5 year age gap. I love that. But they will actually now be 3 years apart and almost to the day, which I find just crazy. So I shared in my pregnancy announcement video that we had been trying for a few months. The month that it decided to work was the same month as Nalia. And I kind of joke about it, and I just say like, that is when my body likes to be pregnant, apparently. So they will have very similar birthdays. I think we're just gonna make like a really cool birthday week out of it. We'll see obviously when they decide to come. This is some ground flaxseed, and I just put in some protein powder as well. But I do find that like very funny that we tried for so long, and then the time that it decided to happen was just the same time as Nalia. Also now, like looking back, I really did want the 2.5 year age gap, but that would basically mean that they would be born now. This is frozen banana. She's so loving and beautiful and just the most incredible kid, but she is 2. The terrible 2s, feisty 2s, they are a thing, guys. And I do feel like she really needs me a lot right now. So looking back, I think the 3 year age gap is going to be just perfect. It's going to be just a little bit under 3. At the end of the day, these things are not like always that plannable. Like you can, you know, have your hopes. These are frozen wild blueberries, but at the end of the day, God has his timing. And I think now in hindsight, it is going to be a lot easier to manage both a newborn and a 3-year-old as opposed to like a 2.5-year-old, even though I still love that like age gap. But I'm also the kind of person who wants to find the positives in things. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. Like they're super close birthdays. So I've got oat milk, spinach, ground flaxseed, frozen banana, frozen wild blueberries, and I'm gonna add a little bit of almond butter. For my skin on my belly, when I get out of the shower, I've been applying either one of these two. The first one is the Burt's Bee Mama Nourishing Belly Butter with shea butter and vitamin E. This has no fragrance and it's made with 99% natural ingredients. You can see I've just got a little bit left of this one. I really like it. And then I also love tallow. I've been using this for almost a year now. There are lots of different brands that make it. This is a local one. It smells so good. It's called Citrus Circus and they do sell online. It smells just incredible and the ingredients are so pure. It's 100% organic beef tallow, shea butter, jojoba oil, sweet orange essential oil, vanilla, and sage, and that is it. And it smells divine. And then I also love just pure coconut oil. This is always a staple for me in my body care routine, and I also like to apply that over the bump as well. I'm going to do our vitamin C serum on my face. This is so nice and hydrating and brightening. Really great if you deal with breakouts because it has a little bit of salicylic acid in there. It's got 2 peptides, hyaluronic acid, so it's also really great for plumping fine lines and just maintaining the youthfulness of your skin. And it's also fragrance-free, non-comedogenic, and it just sinks into the skin so beautifully. I'm absolutely obsessed with the serum. And then the Nourish 3 Calm and Hydrate Oil-Free Moisturizer on top. This has hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, chamomile. So nice and lightweight, but so super hydrating. It makes your skin have the most beautiful glow, and it lays really nice under makeup too. And we are actually having a sale for Women's Day, which is coming up this weekend, and it's going to be for 25% off. So if you guys want to try any of these products, or if you want to stock up on any of your favorites, you can use the code WOMEN25 and that will get you 25% off site-wide, including the serum, the moisturizer, our cleanser, our mask. So I would highly recommend checking that out. They don't contain any irritating ingredients. Everything is super clean, but they contain very powerful actives and great natural ingredients that just make your skin feel so good. Again, the code is WOMEN25. That will get you 25% off, and I'll make sure to have the products linked for you down below, along with these products that I'm using for my belly as well. Okay, let's chat about some of your guys' most asked questions. I asked you guys over on my Instagram stories to send in any questions that you had, and this was just after I made the announcement, and you guys sent in some really great questions. A lot of you guys want to know how far along I am, when the due date is, which we did already kind of touch on earlier in the video. I'm almost 18 weeks and due date is very close to Nadia's birthday, which is just crazy, but a very like sweet coincidence, I think. A lot of you also want to know if we know the gender, and yes, we do. I did capture the moment when we found out. I just find it so special. So I will be sharing that very soon. I'm super excited to share it with you guys. I feel like it just makes everything more real when you find out, but also I try not to tie too much emotion to the outcome of the gender because it's so out of our hands, and I don't put a lot of emphasis on like traditional gender roles. Girls are like this, boys are like this. I feel like it just all really comes down to personalities and character at the end of the day, like how they're going to develop and be as people. And even for sure having Nadia, like yes, she has some very like girly things about her, but she is a feisty one too. She definitely has a little bit of tomboy in there in the things that she likes. Like she loves all the girly things too, like playing with dolls, and she's got these cute like pink outfits. She loves like doing her hair. Pink is her favorite color, but she's also really into trucks and excavators and construction sites and all of those things. A lot of you guys also want to know about names, if we have any names picked out. Yes, we have 2 that we're sort of going back and forth, but we're not 100% sure yet. With Nadia, we thought about her name, I'm pretty sure it was around 5 months at the time, so it was like a bit more into the pregnancy, but when I heard that name, I was like, yes, this is the name. I want to have that same feeling with the second one. So still TBD on that. Okay, a lot of questions are also regarding fertility, conception, boosting fertility, what we did. I definitely think if you've been trying for a few months, I think it's worth getting your levels professionally checked via blood test, getting your egg reserves checked, your AMH levels, your FSH levels, all your hormone levels, your progesterone. All of these things are really important. And of course, you want to make sure that you're getting a regular cycle every month and that you're tracking your cycle. And also super important for your partner to get checked as well. Sperm count, mobility, shape of the sperm. It's not just about the amount that there is, but also about the shape and the way that they can swim. It really takes two to make a baby, so it's really important just from a medical background that you get checked. And then I think definitely taking the right supplements is so important as well. Folic acid is of course one of the most important things to take as a woman if you are trying to conceive and just during your pregnancy. But a step up from that is methylated folate, which is like the converted form of folic acid. And just biologically, not everyone is able to convert folic acid to folate, so it's really great to just take the already converted form, which is a methylated folate, and that way you're definitely just checking the box that your body is able to absorb that vitamin and have it be really nourishing for your eggs, for the growth of the baby. And this is something that your partner can take as well and can get a lot of good benefits from too. The next is CoQ10. This is something as well that both partners should definitely be taking. CoQ10 really helps with egg quality and also with sperm quality. Really great for your body as a whole for longevity and preserving healthy and vibrant cells. So CoQ10 is definitely amazing. Omega-3s is another one with EPA, DHA. That's also really great for both partners. Ashwagandha too. We both took that, and that's really helpful for your nervous system, for stress, lowering cortisol, which is really important for your hormone balance as well. Along with that too, magnesium is really helpful for so many things in our bodies. Vitamin D as well with K2, that is another thing that's really helpful for fertility for both partners. You want to make sure that you combine it with the K2 because that really helps with absorption. I will make sure to have all of these supplements listed for you down below as well in the description box with links. A B complex can be really helpful as well. Vitamin C, I would say those are the most key important supplements that I've come across in my research when it comes to fertility. And maca root as well, especially for men, that can be really helpful with sperm quality. And keep in mind, it can take about 3 months for all of these supplements to work and to kick in. So don't be disappointed if you both start taking it and after 1 or 2 months it still doesn't work. It does take time for them to integrate into your body and to have their effect. With sperm production, you get a new sort of full new batch within 3 to 4 months. So it does take some time for it to work. Just keep at it. Try to keep your mindset positive and know that you're doing something really healthy for your body. All of these supplements also have really positive ripple effects on everything else in your body, including your skin health, your hair, your energy. So you're gonna feel really great, and just keep yourself positive and optimistic. And if that doesn't work, there are other things, further things that you can do and look into, especially if you're over the age of 35. You can talk to your doctor about progesterone supplements, even things like Clomid for egg quality. Baby aspirin is something else that can be really helpful. Definitely do your own research, look into this, talk to your doctor about it. Know that there's always a way, there's always hope. Okay, the next question is about breastfeeding. It says, will you be breastfeeding again this time around? That is my goal, that is my dream, that is what I really wanted as well for my first pregnancy with Nalia, which we did do for about 4 months. I have a whole video on my first breastfeeding journey and experience. I will have it linked for you down below if you want a deeper dive into my first experience with Nalia. But yeah, I definitely plan on doing my best. I am very open-minded. I want to work with my body and obviously not get myself into a depression or have so much anxiety about it. Even just right now talking about it, I get emotional. There's just so much I guess history and experience that is still in my body about this topic and what we went through. With that said though, I don't want that to interfere too much in a bad way, you know, the second time around, because I've heard from moms who have had totally different experiences breastfeeding their first versus their second. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on it. I also feel like my boobs feel so different this time around. I don't know if it's like they're like already starting to prepare. I don't know. I didn't have this feeling with my first pregnancy, so I'm taking that as a good sign. I'm hoping that like the production is already starting to kick in and we're gonna be in for a really positive journey with that. But you know, with that said, I'm very open-minded. I have experience now doing both bottle, pumping, breastfeeding, formula. We did it all with Nalia. So again, if you want to see that video, I will have it linked. But yes, that is the plan. That is what I'm hoping for. A lot of you guys want to know if we're moving to a bigger place, if we are moving into a house now that we will have another family member. So for right now, we are going to be staying in this apartment, but we do have potential plans of moving within the new year. So early 2026. I love our apartment. I find that it's perfect for having kids. Like, we're just so well set up here. Yes, we will not be having a separate room for this new baby. We have 3 bedrooms, so one of them is an office. We have our main master bedroom, and then one of them is Nalia's room. But Nalia's room is not really like her room where she plays or where she sleeps. It's more where we have her things and where she used to take naps when she was a baby. We do have her clothes in there, of course, and her toys. I still like to rotate her toys, so we have a lot of her toys in the closet there, but most of the time she will play out here in the living room. She's got a bookshelf with some of her favorite books, toy shelf. This is where she's at 99% of the time. So her room will sort of just transition into being the new baby's room. They will share the closet. We still have her initial setup, like with the chest of drawers and the changing, I'm like blanking on the name of that now, hikaru, you know, where you lay the baby down. So I will stock that dresser with diapers, with all of the clothes, the bibs, and all of that stuff that I once used to have for Nalia in there. Now the new baby stuff will be in there, and they'll sort of share this room, although again, she doesn't really use the room. There's still the crib in there, which is perfect, and it's just very like set up and ready for a baby. With that said, we are also more minimalist. Like, we don't have a ton of stuff. I love to go through our things. I love to donate items. I'm very intentional when I buy new things. I don't like a lot of clutter. So that definitely makes it really easy to, you know, keep this apartment that we have that I just love so much. I love how bright it is. I love the big windows. I love this huge living space that we have. I love that everything is so open and very child friendly, and I'm so excited to bring another little human into this home. But with that said, we might potentially be moving early next year, and that might even be countries, but not confirmed yet, so let's see. Okay, next question is, this is also one of my questions that I don't really have an answer for yet, but the question is how to manage co-sleeping with Nalia plus a newborn. This is a question that is on my mind every day. I have a few different scenarios sort of planned depending on how they sleep together. So I've talked to all of my mom friends about this. Each of them have different experiences, but all of them have co-slept with their first child. Some of them did sleep training with the toddler. Some had the husband, the partner, sleep with the toddler separately, whilst the mom then slept with the newborn. But I heard that it very much comes down to the personality and the sleeping habit of the child and the toddler, and that's something that you can't really know until you experience it, until you try it. So if you guys saw in a few videos back, we upgraded our bed. It's now an incredible family bed. It is huge. It's 270 centimeters wide. So we already had, I think it was either 200 or 180 centimeter bed, and then we added an additional bed to it, and we just pushed them together. So now the bed is massive. So we're hoping that everybody's gonna fit well and just sleep well together. Of course, I will have the little attachment co-sleeper bed next to mine. It will be in a separate sleep space, but still within the same room. That is what I'm hoping and praying for. But realistically, if that doesn't work, then I'm planning on taking that additional bed that we put onto our main bed into Nalia's room, and I will sleep with the newborn in Nalia's room on that bed with the co-sleeper, and then Nalia and Mo will sleep in the main bed. So let's see. I've got some options and I'm very open to just seeing how it goes. Okay, next question. Do you feel nervous about having a newborn again, or more prepared to jump back into it? Newborn phase for me first time around was crazy. Of course, your heart is filled with so much love. You're just in awe of this little human. The love just like exudes and explodes out of you. But at the same time, learning how to do everything, dealing with sleep deprivation, your whole life just changing, like your routines and how you go about your day, and managing my work on top of all of that. It was really, really, really hard. This time around, because I've done it once, I know what to expect, and I'm not gonna have that like crazy shock to my system that I think like every mother can relate to. I'm sure it's still going to be really, really hard, but at least it's not going to be that like shock. And of course this time I still have Nalia, like my toddler, that I'm taking care of. So that's going to be really, really interesting to see how I'm able to manage. But something that I've been doing to really prepare Nalia is just talking about the baby all the time, and she's now talking about the baby all the time without even me like prompting. Like she constantly wants to see my belly, she constantly wants to give the baby things, say good morning to the baby, say good night. She cuddles with my belly. It's just the cutest thing. I feel like she's really aware of the baby's presence, even if my bump is still not like huge and the baby's still not here. For me, that's so important, because I don't want her to feel like everything is like flipped upside down for her. So I'm very conscious about that. I'm very like mindful. I've been thinking a lot about that, and I think that is also going to be really helpful for me and for Mo in the transition of bringing another baby into our world and into our home. Her just having this like mental preparation, and of course having gone through it once, you know that it's just a phase. You know that eventually they will sleep through the night. It will all get easier. Every single month for me with Nalia got easier and easier and better. By 3 months, it definitely was a lot easier. By 6 months, it was like a whole new world. So having gone through that, I know that it's short. I know that it's temporary. I know that it's gonna pass. But also with that, like really cherishing those moments, because it does go so fast. I'm gonna save some of these other questions for upcoming vlogs, so stay tuned. But thank you guys so much for sending those in. Some really great topics in here that I will definitely touch on in the next few videos. Okay, I am getting dinner ready for tonight. I'm gonna make us bowls. Got some steamed broccoli, some steamed green beans. Nalia is obsessed with steamed green beans right now, and I'm so happy about it. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I just steamed them. I add a little salt, some broccoli. This is some chicken. And then I've got quinoa here too. Got some chopped greens in the bowl, some cherry tomatoes, and this is a dressing with apple cider vinegar, mustard, olive oil, and salt, just shaken together. Okay, here is my bowl with the dressing on top. Yum! Quinoa, chicken, broccoli, salad, green beans, cherry tomatoes, and a really yummy dressing on top. So good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one.